The hacker who exposed Kenya's digital weakness. In 2017, Kenyan authorities announced one of the most shocking cybercrime cases in the country's history. A young man had allegedly infiltrated government systems, manipulated critical databases, and helped cause losses estimated at 4 billion shillings. He wasn't a foreign intelligence operative. He wasn't part of some shadowy international cartel. He was a 28-year-old graduate from Machakos. His name was Alex Mutungi Mutuku, a different kind of talent. Long before investigators knew his name, Mutuku was known for something else. He was smart. Teachers described him as academically gifted. He excelled in mathematics, performed strongly in school, and eventually earned a place at the University of Nairobi to study information technology. At the time, Kenya was transforming. Mobile money was booming. Banks were going digital. Government systems were moving online. Nairobi was becoming East Africa's tech capital. For a skilled programmer, it was full of opportunity. And according to prosecutors, that opportunity included weaknesses no one had noticed yet. The first major test. In early 2015, authorities linked Mutuku to an attack on Safaricom, Kenya's largest telecom company. Investigators claimed he exploited vulnerabilities in the billing system and generated airtime worth millions of shillings. That airtime was then allegedly sold at discounted prices. It was a relatively simple model: create digital value, sell it quickly, disappear before anyone understands what happened. But this was only the beginning. Then a bank received an email. In December 2015, staff at NIC Bank were preparing for the Christmas break when an email changed everything. The sender claimed to possess confidential customer information. The demand, 6.2 million Kenyan shillings. The payment method, Bitcoin. That detail mattered. At the time, cryptocurrency was still unfamiliar to most institutions in Kenya. But to cyber criminals, it offered something valuable: distance. The bank now faced two problems at once: a security breach and an attacker who understood the future. A bigger ambition. By 2016, investigators believed the targets had expanded. Authorities alleged that systems connected to the National Transport and Safety Authority were manipulated to fast-track vehicle approvals for paying clients. Then came the accusation that turned a criminal case into national news. The Kenya Revenue Authority had been compromised. Prosecutors claimed malware was used to access internal systems, interfere with tax processes, and enable fraudulent vehicle registration schemes. The reported losses, around 4 billion shillings. For many Kenyans, the number sounded unbelievable. But the deeper shock was something else. If the country's most important institutions could be breached, what else was vulnerable? The arrest. When Mutuku was arrested in 2017, the public reaction was immediate. Many expected a sophisticated international syndicate. Instead, they saw a young graduate, soft-spoken, local, ordinary. That contrast made the story bigger than the charges themselves. Because cybercrime doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like a laptop in a rented apartment. The real lesson: Mutuku denied wrongdoing, and legal battles challenged both the evidence and the scale of the alleged losses. But regardless of the final judgments, the case had already changed something important. It forced banks, telecom companies, and government agencies to confront a reality they had underestimated. Digital systems create efficiency. They also create new points of failure. And in a world built on code, one skilled person can test the strength of an entire country. Aftermath. Kenya's institutions responded with stronger cybersecurity controls, tighter internal access systems, and more serious investment in digital defense. Because the story of Alex Mutungi Mutuku was never just about one man. It was about what happens when a nation modernizes faster than it secures itself.